Well, it's that time again. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the interview with Craig-Veltri.
Thank you, Megan Pennington, and welcome to the interview. It's the return of a certified badass. She has fit a lifetime of work and travel into less than a year. Since we spoke back in January, her band Six Gun Sally has continued to rise and generate buzz, opening for Lynyrd Skynyrd, Outlaw, and coming in 2026, Foreigner. Their new single Easy Love is available on all streaming with a new album forthcoming. The big move in her solo career are the releases of her singles Crazy and Pray for Me, the latter of which we will play at the end of this episode. We talked about both songs in her last appearance. Both songs and music videos deliver in vividly capturing moments of vulnerability and desperation. And personally, I'm just glad that she made it on the other side, recording in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and calling in from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, along with her trusty sidekick, Marley. Here she is,
You have,
Aimee Jane Williams. Aimee, welcome to the interview. Welcome
uh,
back to the interview.
thank you. You've really done your research, man. I wish all interviews were like this. I love you. You're so good at this, Craig. You really are.
I I uh, I appreciate that. And your life and your music makes it very easy and a plethora of material to work with. So it's very easy to have you back on a second time in less than a year. So let's get right into it. Six Gun Sally in less than a year, I think they've been seeing heights that they haven't seen in their entire career. And now it seems next year you will be on the road with Foreigner, who have been just a constant as far as touring and stuff like that, along with Skinner, along with that. You're no stranger to rubbing shoulders with the famous and well known at this point in time, but do you still kind of pinch yourself with the Six Gun Sally's been opening for you?
I do. I do. I'm very grateful. I mean, it's hard for anybody to break out in the music business, period, just to find your place in it. To be this far, I am just very grateful. I'm very grateful, yes. And yeah, I still get a little starstruck. I do. I do. The two most iconic rock bands ever, like Southern rock bands at least. I mean, Leonard Skinner, hello. And they still draw, not a lot of original members left anymore with both of those bands, but
None at this point,
none,
actually.
yes. I didn't want to say that, yeah. But I mean, they still draw. It's the people, it's just being able to reach that many people, that large audience is what any band that's trying to break out would want. So yeah, I'm blessed.
Well, going into the studio, Easy Love, it's a great ballad. Did you have a hand in writing that one?
I did. I wrote every lyric. So I wrote that song. It was called Easy. I wrote it for my husband like years ago, and it had a totally different melody. And when the melody was brought to me by Ford Thurston and Dave Barb, I just decided, I was like, you know what? I think I have a song that would kind of fit this. And I just arranged the lyrics and, changed some things around, and it's brilliant. I love it. I think it's a great wedding song. Yeah, I love that song. I listen to it too. I'm guilty listening to my own track. I'll jam it in the car.
Oh, me too, me
Mm.
too. But and it's not even we're high on our own brand. It's some most of the time it's just like, okay, maybe I hope for you anyway. The way I justify it anyway is that okay, maybe I can go add this in later on. Maybe I can
Well,
tweak this.
I always say I write the music I want to hear. I do. Like I want a song that sounds like this, and so when you make it, you want to get down to it until you can't stand it anymore. At least that's been the case with my singles, with Crazy and Pray for Me. Those songs I have beat them to death. But I still, when I perform them, I realize that I'm people are hearing it for the first time, so I'm able to, emote and put my emotion into that. But yeah, I've definitely beat those songs up, listened to them way too many times.
Now you did bring a couple of songs on the last Six Gun Sally record. How many songs of yours was it all contributed, or was it just a fraction for this record?
This record that we're doing now, anything that you're going to hear me sing, have a hand in writing it. Not the melodies. The melodies are usually brought by Ford and Dave. Matt Muckle actually wrote one of our songs. You know Matt Muckle,
I do not
drummer?
know Matt Muckle.
Oh, I got to introduce you to him. He's a Pittsburgh guy. He helped out too. But last album, Stand Up, was already written. And then the one song, Don't Be Done,
Mhm.
was one that I had written. I wrote the melody to that one too, and they went ahead and slipped it in. So on this album that's forthcoming, I do believe they're actually going to use a couple of my songs that I had written prior to. So, but I'm writing everything with them. But I have a couple that are already written that were my own that we're gonna remake and put on this album as well.
So
So I love.
going from stand up and to the record, does the record have a name?
I'm hoping it's going to be called Winning because that's the title of our recent song that we wrote. So I really like it. I'm like, it's a great name for an album. And it
I,
feels like I'm doing that right now. So manifest songs, you write something that's very positive and kind of manifest that life.
I would agree that you are winning, and I would agree that that is a great title for an album. But from stand up to perhaps winning, what would you say is the biggest difference stylistically, mostly because of the influence of one Aimee Jane Williams from the previous record to the current record?
um, I'm not sure I can like tell you exactly what it is. It's just it's evolved. Like you said, it's you got me in there now, so you got my songwriting in there. It's evolved. It's high energy. I mean, it's a little bit more, I guess, modern than some of their stuff they had prior. Um, I don't know how to explain it. It's just evolved. It's a little different. Obviously, you have a new singer and you have new material
It's
since they
almost
have a
like
new
trying to
writer.
explain. You can explain the
Just different.
recipe. It's then
Yeah.
explaining why chicken tastes good. You know,
Yeah, I
it's
can't pinpoint what it is. It's just it's different than well, you have a different singer too, so you have a different sound. But it's better different, I think. I don't think they've ever sounded better, and I'm not being it's a little egotistical, but I just feel like I don't think there's anything wrong with saying this because I just feel like I was perfect for this band. Like it's just everything lined up and this is the way it was supposed to be. So, and they were great before too. Like I said, it's just this is different now and yeah.
do you feel that I've noticed this with a lot of bands that do get newer members and newer singers. It does feel like there's always like that honeymoon phase, like in the first year. Like I remember, I say 5150 is Van Halen's greatest record. That was the first record they did with
Um,
Sammy Hagar, and that record was just unbridled joy. It felt like what new love feels like. And that's why I
mhm,
say it's
yeah.
my favorite of theirs. It's their best record. Do you feel that there is kind of that honeymoon phase going on with Six Gun Sally at the moment? And how do you feel that that's the case going on?
If there is, then we're in it now. And I thought that the last album was pretty great, and I
I love that
which is
record.
different. Did you? Thank you. I really liked it too. I even liked the cover songs that we chose to do. My favorite is Secondhand News, the Fleetwood Mac cover
Mhm.
about breakup sex. That song.
Oh yeah.
um,
I
I was
never well now lay me I never knew that was exactly what it was, but lay me down in the tall grass and let me do my stuff. Gotcha. Continue.
yeah. um, I loved it. I thought it was brilliant. But like this album is better, and the covers that we're gonna do on there, I think "Piece of My Heart." I sing that Janis Joplin cover.
Oh
That song.
God. That's like no duh for you to do that song.
Yeah, and then "Ramblin' Man" by the Allman Brothers.
No
Alan
duh for
does
that band to
that.
do that one.
It's a crowd pleaser. He always does it. He does it so great. So I think we're gonna do those two. Those are the only ones that I know of right now that we're planning on putting on the album. But as far as covers go, but yeah, like every single song. I mean, obviously, I'm now that I'm writing it, I of course love it even more. But I liked the lyrics that Ford had came up with for the first album. So if there is a honeymoon phase, we're definitely in it right now. Yeah, and I still love these guys, dude. Like I haven't gotten tired of them yet. I don't think they've gotten tired of me. We get along famously, And they're just so grateful that I've been around guys a lot. Like, I don't mean to be like, oh, I'm this submissive woman. You can just walk all over me. But I
I
don't
don't
make
get that
things,
vibe from you at all.
I just don't make things difficult. Like, I'm used to guys, I'm used to all these personalities. I'm very good at just ignoring things and just like kind of staying in my bubble. So I don't let things affect me. I mean, we have to have peace and walk through this world. You have to kind of like find a way to hone in on that and do that. So I don't make things difficult for them. I do bring a lot of stuff with me on the road. I have tons of bags, so I have that side of things. The woman high
I've seen your
maintenance
stage
things.
wardrobe. That makes sense.
Yeah, like the high maintenance thing. I think that's about as far as I go. But I just kind of keep to myself, and so far we haven't had any like fights or quarrels. Like, no, we haven't butt heads at all, which is amazing. So yeah, I would say that we are in that phase right now. So I don't know what's coming, but it's perfect. It's perfect timing. I would love, in a perfect world, I would love to wrap this album up over the winter and release it in the spring of next year
Mhm.
before we do this tour, so that we can do the songs from this album when we're opening for Skinner. We're already doing songs from the new album now for our opening set. So yeah, I would love to have that album out and have that way we'll have two. So I have more material.
Sounds like it's working pretty fast already, anyways, since it's already making it into the set, and this episode's going to come out third week of November. So I would assume that you definitely have that time frame. Is it the same
My
production team
birthday.
from?
You're gonna release my birthday's on the 21st of this month. So yeah.
This is when the episode will air. So since you'll probably be watching it back, happy birthday, Aimee Jane Williams, on the Craig-Veltri interview on the Scarfire Media Podcast Network. Check out the great podcasts here on the Scarfire Media Podcast Network, the Cool Brother Podcast, Fire Pit, or as I like to call it, the Mothership. And thank you for listening to the Craig-Veltri interview. Same production team on the record that might be called Winning in 2026.
No, new guy working with Doug Casper in McKeesport. I don't know if you know who he is. I think it's called, oh Lord, what is the name of his studio? I am blanking on it right now. I just know it's Doug. I know where it's at.
Somewhere in McKeesport.
Right next to Beamer's, baby.
Okay. Yeah, if somebody wants to do a triangulation, what do you, as far as that is concerned, from stand up to this point, what does the new producer bring to the studio?
I really like he's so calm and mellow. And when I get Ford Thurston in there, he's the writer. He's like the primary writer of all the songs from the stand-up album. And then him and I now are the co-writing team. We pretty much are 50-50 on everything. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. Dave Barb and Dan Rock play a huge hand. Dave Barb actually comes up with like the melody idea, kind of hums it to Ford, and then he goes nuts with his stuff. But anyways, Ford is a very energetic fella. He's got a lot of energy, big energy. And whenever we're in there, things get a little chaotic and crazy. And Doug is just so very calm and just very professional. And I love that. And he's just nothing phases him. And I love the way he makes my voice sounds. Like, and whenever you are doing a scratch vocal and you're creating a song, I'm kind of all over the place. I really don't know where we're at. And he polishes that turd real nice and gives me a good demo to go home and get used to. So I like his work, and he's the engineer on Easy Love. So him and Ford does the production together, but he's the engineer. So that's a sample of what's to come. He's the production on that.
Well, you mentioned Easy Love, and you've mentioned Crazy, Pray for Me, which are all songs that were written uh, about your husband. And I've had the pleasure of meeting him several times. This will be the portion of the interview where we're going to get into some pretty heavy topics. So perhaps a trigger warning to the audience. And I say this up front about difficult questions to any of my guests. If the answer is none of my business, and the answer is none of my business. So
just say Apple, right? Safe word.
But banana hammock used to be mine. But the all right, we're off to a great start on this one. But We talked a lot about the recording and the re-recording of Crazy and Pray for Me in particular. I just want to talk about you going to London to record this once again. Um, w- you could have done it in America, but why did you ultimately choose to go abroad to do the recording of these songs?
Well, I have a very good friend of mine that used to live in London, and he funded that trip for me. So he knew someone that had worked on Taylor Swift's one of her albums. I think it was the Red album.
Great
Someone
record.
out there, yeah. And he said, "I just got this friend," and he put me in touch with him, and he had a crew of people. He did the mastering on both of those songs. The guy that was affiliated with that, his name's Jasper Ward. So I took that opportunity. I've always wanted to go there. I've always had this connection. I think they call us Anglophiles. Is that the
People
proper
who
word?
love England and English culture, yeah,
Yes.
that would be right.
Anglophile, is that right? It's so weird. It sounds close to pedophile. Anglophile, it just sounds like it's almost bad.
Well, file means love, so that
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't know that. That's crazy.
that
We'll erase that. Anyways, so I I just took that opportunity to finally, it was an inaugural voyage. I always wanted to go to London, and I made it, and to record there, it was a great experience, and I did it sober, and I was fresh sober when I went there too, because I struggle with this back and forth thing. I have 7 months off everything right now, so we're fighting
congratulations.
the good fight. No matter what, just keep getting up and trying. Um, but I just wanted that opportunity to sing both of those songs completely sober, and I had rewritten Crazy, and it was just a great place to do it. And then for the video, the Sedona Desert, one of the most beautiful spiritual places. It was just, he lives out there in Arizona. He's a good friend of mine, and he's like, I want to
He, the
I want
director of
to
the
do
music
this.
video.
Yeah, I mean, it was like director. He used his iPhone, and I did all the editing for it. It was just a very independent project.
I said it
Just
before. If as a bigger project, we were seeing snippets of it back in January as a full product. Again, I've worked with some pros over the years. I can't think of any way it could have been done better as a
It's
some
simple. There wasn't a lot
so
of effects or anything. Oh, but
uh,
thank you.
wasn't a
I
lot of
just
effects, but it really flowed. It didn't it did none of the transitions were really jarring. You did a wonderful job editing that. Well done.
thank you so much. Thank you. And then that's what it is to be an artist. Like, you put your hands in everything. I want to be there for the production of the music, and, have my hand in an editing project. I don't honestly know how I could just relinquish control and just put it in someone else's hands like that. I just don't know how to do that at this point, because I've been doing everything like that my whole life. So, yeah, I could have done it somewhere else, but I got to do it there. And I loved the crew people I met. I'm still friends with them. My drummer Annie Mumford, she's just so spectacular. We would be such good friends if we lived in the same country. We would hang out.
Uh,
Yeah, I cried when
uh,
I left that studio session because I don't know when I'll see them again, if ever. So I hope to go back. I'd actually like to go back and work with that same crew and make some new music. Anything that I release, Aimee Jane Williams is gonna most likely, since I have Six Gun Sally, and that is my main priority is this band. All the new stuff I'm writing you know is that it's Six Gun. If I'm going to release new music, probably coming from them. But anything that I release under my name right now, it's going to be very personal, and it's going to be a song like a song of surrender, or maybe not so melancholy like those two songs. I've got a few on deck that I'd like to do. So that's my sound. It's a little different.
yeah, we talked last time about how you really like to keep the real personal songs to yourself and really try to keep it separate from Six Gun Sally just because it means so much to you and what you have come out of. In the Pray for Me video, it really shows you in a much different light. You were brunette, you were drinking, and you
I was
were
like 28 years old too, and I'm 43. People thought that I acted. I'm like, thank you, but that's how old I looked at 28.
well, I mean, and you were performing under a different name. The name Claudia Monet
That
was
was a strip
was
club. So yeah,
uh, so you know, so that was actually, so you weren't acting. That was actually
that
that's
was real
video
photos.
from back in that day.
Yes. And in every night back then, I would end up having some sort of fight with somebody and breaking down and crying in my dressing room because I was not a good drunk. Um, so I was
Nobody really is.
actually the reason the videographer was there is because I was shooting something else. I thought I was sexy actually then. I did not look good. And my hair, I don't know why I couldn't run a brush through my hair back then. Oh my gosh. But like I was shooting something else. And so that was just outtake footage that he had. And I just tracked it down and I'm like, I'm going to use this because this is what better way to show what it was like than the real truth. I was really drinking vodka in every take, I mean, I was not acting. So I love
Like
that.
there's like six different angles of you shooting vodka in that
Yeah,
video.
he was doing well, I was doing other stuff in front of the mirror that was actually sexy. Those were just the outtakes of me like doing stuff. But yeah, he was shooting some other things. That's why, and I was doing sexy things, whatever. It was for another song. I had other music that I released under Claudia Monet, actually. That
Right.
was my stage name. It was dance type music and very, very sexy music.
Had some chart success as well. There's
Yeah,
for the
it's
video
behind
audience.
me.
There's a Billboard plaque for you when you hit the top 40 on the dance charts under Claudia Monet.
Yeah, number 11. Yeah. And I decided that wasn't where I wanted to go. So I quit when I was on the top. And I didn't always look that messy like I did in the music video. Like I cleaned up and I did do it sober for a while too. I was able to do that. Um, but that I just figured that was like the very worst of it. Like that was when I was not doing well and I was using heavily and just let myself go and thinking that I still looked like I did in my promo pictures. um it's amazing the way alcohol can warp our brains and distort our reality. We think we look really good but not so much.
It,
So yeah, I love that video because it's the real truth. It's showing what it was like and what it's like now, and that the cover photo on Spotify is me passed out on the bathroom floor. My ex that I wrote that song Pray For Me for,
Autoerotic up. Yep.
yeah, he took that when he came home from work one day and just that was waiting for him. So yeah, yeah, and it's a big reminder, and it really keeps me accountable today.
I've gotten that photograph once or twice. So yeah, I know exactly the feeling. And it seems that the way you've walked come out into the light for these, and I you mentioned Easy Love's about your husband, your and Crazy and Pray For Me. I'm not sure if it's about the world, but I do recall probably to the world, but I do think that you mentioned that you wrote these songs directly to your husband. The story of you guys is very sweet. You knew each other in middle school, and you wound up reconnecting, and you're married now. Yeah, loaded question, I know, but what has he meant to you?
What has he meant to me?
Yeah,
Oh man. I and I was gonna say, like, the line between my personal songs and Six Gun Sally songs is definitely getting blurred because Easy Love was a very personal song that I had written for my husband before. And like I said, I decided to go ahead and release that under Six Gun. And the Six Gun is very important to me too. But what my husband means to me, I mean, it's everything. My last name now is Aimee Jane Williams. I'm using that as my like my name. Um, I rebranded myself because it's a new identity. Like by loving this person, it's like it's the best amends I can make to all of the prior men that I dated before, the guy I wrote Crazy for and Pray For Me, because I'm good to him, like I decided at that moment when the day he asked me to marry him, I cut off all ties from sugar daddies or anybody from that lifestyle completely because I was making that commitment to move forward and just to only share myself with one person. And I've never done that in my entire life, except for with him back when we were kids. So it's just like a return to innocence and the best do over of my life.
I was about to
And
say it almost sounds like starting over in every possible way you could.
yeah, It is. It is. And he's worth it. You know, he makes it very easy. Like the song Easy Love. He has no quarrels with anything that I do. He's supportive of my career. When I said, "Hey, I'm going to London with Sean," or I asked permission, I did. I was like, "Would you mind if I went to London with Sean?" He was like, "Go. They're gonna love your shit over there. The t-shirts, pray for me, I'm fucking crazy." I mean, they cuss like truckers over there. He's like, "They're
Oh
gonna
God! Oh,
love,
oh
they're gonna
God!
love
That
those
the,
shirts."
the C word is
Oh
almost a
yes.
pronoun is almost a proper noun at this
It
point.
really is. It doesn't even offend me when British people say it, really. It's just kind of like you accept it. But yeah, I don't know. He is just, it's changed me, and I hate to be so codependent, but loving the right person and having the right person in your life can really just make all the difference in everything, because it is this new identity, like by being true to one person and having unconditional love and tolerance towards him in all areas, like that makes me a better person, in the outside world. So yeah, it's just, it's the greatest gift. I mean, above all, him and my little girl Marley right here that's laying next to me. Say hi to camera, baby. Okay.
Hey, Marty.
Pull her up. She is not happy. She's like,
He looks
ah,
like a bowl of cookies and cream. This thing.
does. She's so cute. She's laying on my lap. But yeah, I mean, that's really the center of everything. It means the world to me. And then all the other stuff is just the icing on top. I love, the band is very important to me, but like, he comes first, and he doesn't make it difficult to do that. So
Trust me, I lived codependency. I've seen you two quite a bit. That you guys from outside looking in, you guys look like one of the healthiest couples I know. So
it's, which is nuts, because healthy relationships, those don't go in the same sentence with me. Like it was all, and I kept it that way for good reason. I even had a shirt, I Addicted to Chaos. It was a song that I had that I never released. And I felt that I needed to have that so that I have stuff to write about. But it turns out I have plenty of material now. So
yeah. I've even said, I think I said it in one of the state of the podcast episodes that I do for the interviews. Anytime that I wind up writing happy stuff, it's an odd thing for me because I've used my musics for so long to get the negative out of it, and I feel so lame anytime I write something that's pretty happy and mushy. I assume you feel the
I
same.
feel I do, but like, look, hence, but there's Easy Love, and this new song Winning is kind of about that. It's just about thriving at life with your partner by your side, your someone, and it's not corny. It's high energy. The music's great for it. Like the music came first, and then I had to find a premise and a whole song just to write to it. They just gave me the chords and they gave me the song. I'm like, dude, this is just great. So it doesn't, but I don't know that I'd be able to write that by myself. Like if you have a team, like if you're writing with somebody, I doubt that you would come up with lame stuff. You'd probably, I wouldn't be able to do this alone. Like I can't take credit for it. I wouldn't. This song would never exist if, I wrote every lyric, but it would never exist if, they
I
wouldn't have
will
brought
tell
that.
you about this one I got off of the air, but the one that I got in mind was definitely a co-write, and I needed some help getting to certain parts of it, just because I was just like when I first read the paper. But it's like this is usable. Let's call in some Nashville guns for it. So speaking of guns and Six Gun Sally, um, Easy Love has a lyric video at the moment. You've already mentioned touring. What does further advertisement, at least for the upcoming record, look like? Are you guys thinking music videos? Obviously, you're going to do further press, but what's that going to look like?
Well, Dave has funded music videos. Dave's our boss. He's our drummer. We have two drummers. Dave Barb is our boss man, and he has funded music videos in the past. So I don't know if we are going to do that, but I think it's all up to this girl to do. I didn't do the lyric video. We have a publicist, Kat, that does all that. So she, our team will be doing things like that for social media, but I think it's going to depend on me. I did release a music video for Boys of Summer, which is on our stand-up album. That actually,
That was my favorite cover on that record.
yeah. Thinking about it now, it's a toss-up between Secondhand News and that, because I really like that song too. So, that was something I did too alone. I had to do all the editing. Actually, Sean shot the video of me like out there. We just put some clips together. But um, I think that's going to depend on me. I think as well as I do, like the artist has to we have to always be putting material out. I didn't need to I've been trying to organize a day and just make this content day, which I might do today because I put some makeup on to come here and do this with you. So maybe I'll just continue the process, do up my hair and shoot some content. Um, I need to set up content days so that I can, and then have edit days where I can just put some stuff out. I just don't keep up with it. I don't like shooting myself and taking video of myself all the time. It just doesn't feel good, but that is my job. So therefore
Uh,
I have to do it.
a lot of the reason why I'm dragging my feet on the shorts game, which is going to be picking up quite heavily in the coming weeks for the Craig-Veltri interview, which has a nice way of closing, as you know, Aimee Jane Williams. It's called the No Kidding Questionnaire. A couple of rapid fire questions, first thing that comes to your mind, same as before. Whenever you're ready, and off we go. Childhood celebrity crush.
Oh, Patrick Swayze. And I just love the way you just said that all you're so good at what you do. I'm sorry. You just really are. I'm serious, Craig. Your questions, the way you do your research, you are the best. I love doing interviews with you. I enjoy it.
I
All
love
right.
having you on, but Patrick Swayze.
Oh, 100%. Yes.
Um, do I mean, obviously, we mentioned Dirty Dancing. I think that's a lot of the reason. Come to think of it, we've done "Be My Baby" by Ronnie Spector,
Yeah.
and uh, do you have like a role that's not that's like obscure that like not a lot of people know? Have you gone through like his entire filmography, and is there one that you think that people don't talk about enough?
Patrick Swayze? No, I mean, I haven't, I can't think of anything that he was in that I was, no, I just was really Ghost and Dirty Dancing, I was obsessed with those movies as a child, and which I shouldn't have been because, well, yeah, Dirty Dancing especially. I was 6 years old, loving Patrick Swayze at the young age of 6. But
Yeah, I heard the soundtrack nonstop, but I think for a lot of reasons I didn't see that movie until I was maybe a teenager. Probably
well, I'm
older than
older than you too, so yeah, I think it came out when I was like 5 or something. Um, I don't know. No, I don't know enough. I haven't researched him like that. It was not obsessed or anything. I just remember that was my first crush. So
the movie falls apart in about the last 15 minutes of it. But Donnie Darko, he was his performance in there was a real standout, not just because his character was so loathsome, but it really showed everybody thought of Patrick Swayze as this hunk, and here we have this really dark side of Patrick.
Donnie Darko, he's
Donnie
in.
Darko.
I'm gonna watch that movie again. Is that what it's called? Is it called Donnie Darko?
Donnie Darko, Jake Gyllenhaal starring. Patrick Swayze plays a motivational speaker of some description.
Oh, okay. It's been years. I may have watched it, but I don't remember anything about it. It's a great thing. One of the good things about all of the damage with the drugs and alcohol is I forget so many things. So I get to watch it for the first time again. So,
Uh honestly, I have a few things that are true of that, and then I usually forget that again because Alzheimer's runs in my family. But I hope not. Um, was your favorite subject in school?
oh, writing. Yeah,
Obviously, writing.
English, anything with writing. I wanted to be a writer, and my writing teacher told me that I would be one day. She was like, "You're gonna be a writer." I was very good at writing short stories when I was a kid, so I loved that subject.
I mean, I think the obvious question with an artist that is so tell all in her lyrics, is there going to be the tell all book, the memoir at some point in the coming years?
I wanted to make a documentary because I really wanted to show, because I have all this footage and it looks really good. I gotta tell you, I took really good care of myself there for a while when I was a headliner, when I was an exotic headliner. I won competitions. I mean, I went to Portugal. I worked very,
Doing cabaret dancing, correct?
yes, as an exotic headliner, right. I
Mhm.
was nominated Entertainer of the Year 3 times in a row. And I worked really hard for that. And the money was incredible. And when I quit, I was, I had a booking waiting for me to go to Rachel's in Orlando. It's a strip club. It's a very high end one, somewhere I always wanted to go. When I started headlining, I'm like, I want to go there. But I had to kind of like build up my credentials in order to make it because they only hired like the top porn stars. Well, my song was on the charts and I was finally in a place where I was making as much as the porn stars got paid, a lot of them, the high end porn stars, got paid to show up at the club and do their shows. I was getting the same amount if I would have just continued. So I stopped because I just it wasn't meeting up to the moral values that I was holding myself up to
It
at
was
that
killing
time.
you. I think you told me
It was
once.
killing me. It really was. And it just wasn't who I wanted, what I wanted to be known for anymore. But there is a side of it that is like I worked my ass off and I just kind of wanted to show where it came. Like when people say, oh, like they see I'm opening for Skinner and doing this, like what I'm doing with Six Gun. This honestly is the biggest thing I think I've ever done. But I toured with Kid Rock and Rob Zombie, Sammy Hagar, Motley Crue. As a dancer, I've always been doing these great, like very big things, and I just kind of wanted to show that whole side and like with video and kind of tell my story. I was raised Jehovah's Witness, I
Yeah.
was born into that, how that was growing up. And I know that, maybe it would help somebody too. That's it. Cause you just want to kind of share your story. You do. You want to share where it really came from. Cause, people, like I said, they'll see me doing something like, wow, you're finally doing this. I'm like, well, I've kind of always done big things. I've always kind of done things, and I had my old band. We opened for Lady Antebellum and we opened for Joe Nichols directly, Colt
Yeah.
Ford, Cassie. Like I've done things along the way. And so this isn't like new for me, but and it feels like it's just been natural. Like this is just where I'm supposed to be. There's a lot of people that have just done big things their whole life, but nobody really knows who they are. Right. Like there's a lot of that. Um, and I don't know, right now I have the right amount of fame because I love being able to come home and just go wherever, do what I want. But yet there's a long line after we get off stage and I'm signing the autographs and doing that and releasing incredible music. And, this is exactly, the right size for me. So, but I was thinking of putting some sort of video thing together and, telling the story because it's a pretty wild ride. It's been a wild ride.
I would say that thing that I notice about you on stage is just how fearless you are. The greatest compliment anybody ever gave me about my performance is that you're so fearless. It's like, yeah, I've been doing this now in some form or capacity for about 20 years, and you on a much grander scale. So it's just like really just plugging experience and putting it in another venue. It's not surprising that you transition so easily into Six Gun Sally, and
I think that transitions of me. I think being a well-known or being a successful exotic headliner and going from that to being a successful musician to me is blows my mind because it takes a lot of work to get to one part of this, but to be able to do both, I'm like, it's not me, it's God. I mean, it's not just me. I'm like, go me. It's just like the only thing I did is just the willingness and to never give up. But like that it blows my mind that I've been able to do this.
moving on with the questionnaire. What occupation other than your own would you like to attempt?
Cooking, I guess. I love
Cooking.
cooking,
I thought you
but
said cocaine for a second. I'm like, oh,
cocaine.
some people do make that their occupation if it gets to that depth. But cooking. You mentioned that you were doing a lot of Asian fusion at the time. Has that
I
changed up at all?
still I still do that. I love it. Yeah, I love cooking anything. I'd like to be able to cook a duck someday because I love crispy duck, but I have a little fear. I'm like, I don't know how to do it right or to make it the way they do when it's crispy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Things like that.
the meat itself is just so gamey. That's one food that I've never really, and I'll eat anything, but
Oh, when it's done right though, like the Peking restaurants, like Peking duck or something. Like frog gras, like goose liver. I would love to be able to make some dishes that are like really out there. Something like that. Somewhere I have to go to like a very high end restaurant to find that, but it's really yummy if you've ever had it.
I haven't, and again, I mean, and I'll try anything once, even though I just made that face at the thought of goose liver. But
It's good. I
I,
think that's right. I think it's liver pate croque. I might be misspeaking. I don't know. I think that's what it is.
I'll take your word comment down below if you have any great goose liver recipes. On the other side of the coin, I don't care how many bags of money are handed to you, Aimee. What job would you never want to attempt?
Oh, the first thing comes to your head. Of course, I think of feces instantly because I'm like, well, nobody wants to work with shit. Um,
Yeah, no, I had Liberty DeVito on 2 weeks ago. He said he would love to be a plumber. I'll give you his answer, but go watch it. He says it a lot better. There are really only three things you need to know for that job. Uh, Payday is Friday. Shit rolls downhill, and don't bite your fingernails.
oh, that would be hard for me. I touch my teeth and stuff a lot. I do that. I don't know why. Oh gosh. Yeah, I mean what you said top of your head first thing that comes so on just shit was the first thing that came to my mind. It was like I don't want to work around that, around human feces. That would be awful.
Sewage treatment, plumbing. Yeah. So yeah, other than Liberty DeVito, that's a popular answer for this one. Um, on You've gotten on the road quite a bit, and living out of a tour bus. What is your go-to food on a road trip?
Sushi, gas station sushi. That's horrible. I would be
Really?
honest. I mean, if they have it, I love it when we stop at a Gecko or any place like that because I get it. They make it fresh there though. No, I
Honestly,
do.
some supermarkets, their game's pretty legit with them rainbow rolls. So
Yeah, I try to stay away from I try to keep it as high. I usually get like a wrap or something, like from a sheets. Just um, but like if there's like a guilty pleasure, I mean the Bucky nuggets are so good. If we ever go to Bucky's, those little
those are
those
so sweet.
caramely things, are they good? Oh, I have to get a bag of those
Mm.
whenever yeah.
I love their burritos. I usually grab one of those because it's light, it's warm,
Mm,
it's ready to go.
okay.
So
A Bucky burrito. That's your
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
I have to get me one of those.
The chicken fajita tacos are also pretty damn good.
Mm.
But anything with bread, I've been getting away from the sandwiches myself. It's just yeah, I got like 9 hour drives ahead of me most of the time. So anything heavy on me, that's
Mm.
a guaranteed nap and that's lost time. So
Right. Yeah.
you don't have to do the driving either. I'm guessing it's just for your
Now
figure.
I don't. When I said I have to have my hands in everything, that's another thing. That is the one thing that I am so grateful for because I, like you, would drive myself. I did a whole East Coast tour with just my guitar. I did like a solo thing. I was able to book stuff Pensacola, South Florida, Kentucky, Ohio, all that. So I drove myself in 21 all over the place, and I was running my own sound. I was doing all by myself, and it felt so good. Me and Marley. It was just this independent thing, and I love that about you. You remind me of me because that's what I was doing there for a while, and I would still do it. I kind of miss that, and I would like to do that again, actually.
You're doing it whenever you're in your hometown doing
Yeah,
solo
I
stuff. So
drive an hour.
you're getting a little bit of that old life. I'll say for me, I'm trying to wind that down as much as I possibly can. I do not want to be 50 years old and have done it for 10 years straight, just driving myself. That is the right way into an early grave. So I'm not
Oh,
I'm winding that down as much as I possibly
well,
can.
I admire that you do that, and I think gives you a lot of time to write because the open road that's when I write the most. Whenever that's when I wrote "Don't Be Done" on a drive to Pensacola back to Nashville from the album.
I got a
So,
song coming up on the next record called Lover's Lane. It took me about 20 years to write it because there's a Lover's Lane in Whiteville, Virginia. And eventually I saw a Lover's Lane over an interstate in Kalamazoo.
yeah,
And it just kind of wrote itself
great.
from there. And as I was driving under that the Lover's Lane pass, I try not to text and drive, but there I am actually just kind of like late at night, just kind of like looking up, looking down, looking up, looking down, looking up, looking down. And I'm lucky to be alive, and I'm grateful to have that song as my overall point with that. And any similar moments like that, or like you do you use phone, or are you still writing pad and paper?
It depends. Sometimes I do both, but I usually just record it in my voice memos
I do
because
that too.
I usually write when I write a song like melody and lyric kind of at the same time, struck with the melody and kind of just do little voice memos. But yeah, when I wrote "Don't Be Done," it was because I was living in Nashville at the time, driving down to Pensacola, and I got a flat tire like somewhere in Alabama, about 2.5 hours away from Nashville, and
Bless you.
AAA was going to take forever to get there. I didn't have a tire. I was not prepared, and just. And by the way, I got a new car out there. They give you a fix a flat kit. They give you like a kit to fix it, which does not work at all, by the way. I don't know how you get a new car, and that's what they do. But so I had been driving my husband nuts prior to before I left the house. Like when I left to drive down for my gig in Pensacola, he was like, good, go. See you when you get back. Like this was in the beginning of our relationship. Things were not so easy. And he came 2.5 hours because the police were like, we can just pick you up and let you sit at the station until someone comes. AAA didn't know when they were going to come. I was all by myself on this road. So he got up and he had work the next day and drove down, fixed my tire. And he was just tired. He was just so tired of me, but just
Yeah.
hanging on by a thread. And like I said, beginning of our relationship, we just got back together. I was just uncertain about some things. And I thought and then when he would get tired of me, my reaction was just like, okay, fine, we'll just go. I don't need you, right? I'm Miss Independent, whatever. And so I wrote that song, Don't Be Done, on the way back after he changed my tire and I went down, did my gig. I was thinking, like, oh my gosh, I really did it. So that's when I wrote Don't Be Done on the way back, the road trip from Pensacola to Nashville. You were just talking about lovers laying you to the roads. Anyways, that road trip is what led to that song. It wasn't anything that I saw. It was that road trip though. So
Well, we talked about Peking duck. Maybe that could be the centerpiece of this hypothetical. But if you could have dinner with anyone dead or alive, who would it be?
Jesus Christ. I mean, right?
I
Literally.
not as an expletive, but actually sit down with Jesus of Nazareth. Gotcha on that.
Or what the man that existed. They says that he existed. If he did, I'd like to sit down. Like, hey, what's the deal? Are you a magician? Are you a lunatic? Or are you really who you say you are?
I would have the same line of questioning myself.
Yes.
I can't remember who had the answer for it, but somebody did say, if you could talk to God, if you made the appearance, it's like, what took you so long? So, um,
Mhm.
so I I agree as somebody who was raised Catholic and is just a beard away from being called Jesus. But anyway, what is your biggest pet peeve?
I think it lately too, it has to be self-righteous behavior, which is what I sometimes get myself.
It's
You
easy.
know, yeah, people that are and lately with the politics and everyone just they just want to prove that they're right so badly in religion and politics. You got that. And an ego, just like large ego.
I've
I'm
heard it
s-
said I've heard it said in life and just in recovery circles too that would you rather be happy or would you rather be right? And I think that is a false choice. I do think both are possible at the same time. However, there is a certain self-righteousness. I've talked about it on this program. I'll be talking about it on record. That is why my girlfriend and I back in January broke up. I was done with the self-righteousness out of her. And
Mhm.
I saw it for what it was, and it wasn't healthy. So I could completely agree with that. Last question on the questionnaire, Aimee. What is the best advice that anyone has ever given you?
Oh, oh, to humble myself and uh to turn everything over to a higher power, I guess.
Yep.
That would have to be um that I'm not right, that I don't have to listen to my mind, you know, like I don't have to believe everything I think because my mind's out to get me half the time. So I think that was, just someone telling me that I don't know if it was like someone telling me that. I don't even trying to think of like a piece of advice that, I mean, just to get help, basically. I think that was, I think that's the, but because advice is, someone kind of like suggesting on something that you should do. And that would have to be, yeah, to get help.
This is the how and why of it. First, we had to quit playing God. It didn't
Mhm.
work. When I first heard that or saw that written, that hit me like a ton of bricks. And at that point, I'm not sure if there is a God, but I'm positive it isn't me. So it's time to get real about my life. So agreed, and glad we have that commonality. Well, Aimee, this is the part of the show, and we've done a lot of it throughout the course, but it's your favorite part. It should be. It's time for shameless self promotion. The new Six Gun Sally single Easy Love is out. The new Six Gun Sally record forthcoming after that. Where can we find it? Where can we find you? Plug your pluggables. Fire away.
SixGunSallyBand.com, AimeeJaneWilliams.com, and you can get that album anywhere you can find music. Look for the stand-up album Easy Love by Six Gun Sally. Please check out our new single Crazy Pray for Me by Aimee Jane Williams. Both
I have the
songs
t-shirt somewhere.
both songs are available wherever you can find music.
Aimee Jane, I can't say how proud I am of you in just the time that I've known you, especially over the last 7 months. Just how productive and just how the light continues to resonate out of you in everything that you do. And I'm so proud of you, and I congratulate you, and I look forward to everything that's going forward. And above all, thank you so much for joining me here today
Thank you,
on the Craig
Craig.
Veltri interview.
I love you, baby. Thank
Love
you.
you more. The Craig Veltri interview, where Craig Veltri interviews wonderful people, is a production of Scarfire Media, the voice of the independent artist. Written and edited by Craig Veltri. Your announcer is Megan Pennington. The opening theme, Shut Up, I Love You, written by Trenton Chandler and Craig Veltri, performed by Craig Veltri, produced by Jack Gavin. Time now to update the event calendar, because you must know where I am at all times. Friday, November 21st, I will be at Ragin' Axe in Clarksville, Tennessee from 6 to 9 p.m. Saturday, the 22nd, Common Market, Oakwald location near the intersection of Wendover Road and Monroe Road in Charlotte, North Carolina from 6 to 8 p.m. Back home to Pittsburgh on Wednesday, the 26th, Moonshine, Vagabonds, myself and Mama Megan Pennington at Houlihan's in Mount Lebanon, Pennsylvania from 6:30 to 9:30. For full dates, including Canton, Ohio, Nashville, and Memphis, visit my website, craig-veltri.bandzoogle.com. For booking info, including full band and this podcast, email me at craig-veltri@gmail.com. You can find the interview on Facebook by searching the Craig Veltri interview, YouTube at Craig Veltri Music, and you can find me on Instagram, or as my old roommate, the Tommy Thomas, used to call it, Instagirl, at craig.veltri. For Aimee Jane Williams, I'm Craig Veltri, and this has been the Craig Veltri interview. With that, I'll pass. Here is Aimee Jane Williams with her single Pray for Me on the Craig Veltri interview, proud member of the Scarfire Media Podcast Network.
I should have told you right from the start. Addiction runs deep in me. Oh, it captured my heart. So if you wanna leave me, well, it's what I deserve. I'll tell you I'm sorry again, but what is it worth? Oh, I'm on the outside looking in, walking a line that's wearing thin, finding new vices every day, losing myself along the way, and I'm running out of reasons why. You see right through me and my lies. Feels like my mind will never rest, looking at jails my soul. I'm hitting the bottle. I'm hitting my knees. Oh, but you're hitting your breaking point. Damn this disease. 'Cause you're on the outside looking in, walking a line that's wearing thin. I know you're tired of my shit. Baby, this time I swear I'll quit. But you're running out of reasons why I'm suffocating on my lies. Feels like I'll never catch my breath. Bring on the jails, institutions, and death. Pray for me. Pray for me. Pray for me. I should have told you right from the start. Oh, addiction runs deep in me. Please pray for my heart.